Hey countries, it's Thursday.
Hey countries, it's Thursday. So this morning I was listening to my mix on iTunes, and I came across an old song that I haven't heard in a while, and it was K7's song, Come Baby Come. And I was listening to it, and I'm like, I love this tune. It's just too bad I don't really know the lyrics, because I don't really listen to music. I mean, I don't listen to music. I hear music, but I don't listen to it, right? So I sat there, and I was listening to it, and then it hit me as to what the lyrics really meant. And thinking about it, I'm like, you know, how can I not get the message from this song? Even when I was young. And I am so oblivious, and I'm so clueless. I feel so ashamed because, you know, the 13-year-old Stevius is weeping now. His youth is shattered. His entire young youth, based around like awesome music like that, so ambiguous, is shattered. This is somebody who didn't get the message from Mary Jane's Last Dance until like 10 years later. Oh, so that's what they were talking about. Tom Petty, you're such a kidder. I'm gonna let my friend Shrek tell you guys how oblivious and clueless I am.
Steve's so clueless.
How clueless is he?
He's so clueless. One time we went to King Richard's Fair, you know, that Renaissance fair down in Massachusetts, and they're selling these headbands with devil horns coming out of them, and you know, at the entrance to the fair. So, you know, if you're a girl or you got long hair, you can fix it up so that it looks like the horns are just coming out of your head and nobody sees the headbands. I seen the first group of girls walk by with the horns in their heads, and I'm like, there's a lot of horny chicks here. So, you know, Steve doesn't say anything, and we keep walking, and all through the day I'm like, did I mention there's a lot of horny chicks here today every time I see a group of them walk by? So finally, they're getting ready to, it's after the joust, and they're getting ready to shut the fair down. We sit down to stop and catch our breath, and this gaggle of like 10 of them walk by, and they've all got the horns coming out of their heads. So I say, you know, I know I mentioned this before, but there's a lot of horny chicks here today. And Steve's like, Shrek, he goes, I know it's been a while, but, you know, how can you tell all these girls are horny? Can you pick up on their pheromones or something? Really? I mean, come on. So I take Hobbit's head, I turn him around, and I go, Steve, look, the girls with the horns on their heads. You know the headbands they were selling as we came in? Oh, horny, I get it. And he proceeds to laugh for about a half an hour solid. And then the most recent example of Steve being so clueless.
How clueless is he?
He's so clueless that we're watching that movie, Zack and Miri Make a Porno. And you know, the one where they had their original idea get scrapped until they ended up having to film it in the coffee shop. And, you know, Jason Mewes and the woman of ill repute, shall we say, were doing their thing on top of a bunch of bags of coffee beans and stuff. And Jason Mewes yells out, "F*** beans." I'm dying of laughter, and he's just looking at me like, what's so funny? I'm like, you'll get it later. So the next morning I'm getting ready for work, and he calls me up. I'm like, yeah? He's laughing so hard he can't catch his breath. I'm like, what's so funny? F*** beans. I get it. Smack.
Now that's the story of how I am oblivious. I like to pass a nod on to Ruben. Ruben or Ruben? How is it pronounced? Ruben or Ruben? I'm pretty sure it's Ruben. But anyway, thank you for filling in for both Samantha and for Joel this week. It's great to meet you. You seem like a great guy. You know a lot of languages, which is awesome. And you posed 2 questions this week. The first question being, what language do we know aside from our mother tongue? Well, I only know 2 languages, English and Bad English. For those who didn't catch that, that was a Bruce Willis joke. I never successfully graduated from high school, and a big part of that was my not being able to complete a language course. I've taken French like 2 years in a row in junior high, and I took it again in high school. I just can't do it. Or at least not at the methods that they were teaching me. I did, however, take a sign language course, which I liked a lot. But since I haven't been able to do any sign language within the past 10 years, because I lost touch with all of my hard of hearing and deaf friends. I forgot how to do some sign language. On my main channel, once I get a job, well, I could learn now, but once I get a job, I'm going to try to learn Gaelic, which is going to be part of my polymath project. And I'm pretty sure you, being from Italy, you know what a polymath is. They're pretty much Renaissance man from the Renaissance era. But then again, a polymath is universal to anybody who knows a lot about a lot of stuff. Since I've been out of high school and I really only completed one semester of college, I'm going to try to learn as much as I can with the resources I have available to me. I'm going to try to do that for my polymath project, and the first assignment will be to learn Gaelic. Even though now I kind of want to learn another language. I kind of want to learn Italian. I want to learn Italian. I want to learn Mandarin Chinese. But Gaelic, I set my goal. I'm going to try to learn that, and then I'm going to do a video blog speaking entirely in Gaelic with subtitles, of course. But I don't know how far away that's going to be. Sorry, that answer was very long. Now moving on to your second question. Do we do anything artistic? Why, yes. This one time, I actually wrote a song and had a friend play it for me. Because they're awesome like that. But aside from that, isn't this video blogging, isn't this artistic? I mean, do we not express ourselves? I'm just asking, what do you guys think? So those are my answers. One last thing before I go. If anybody could check out my friend's mockumentary that he did for the 48-hour film project, the link will be in the whatchamacallit, or the dangly-doo, or the doobly-doo, or the underbar. No, I'm not calling it the underbar. Alright, countries, I will see you guys later. Amy, I will see you tomorrow. I just heard this song. I think it was by Britney Spears. It's called If You Seek Amy, which I think is a great title for a song because it reminds me of Looking for Alaska meets Chasing Amy. Well, one was a great movie that I loved by Kevin Smith, and the other one was a great book by John Green, and what? What? Oh, come on! Oh! Apparently it was a phonetic title, whatever that is.